as all the aspirants, we don't know where to begin from. We don't know what to study. After a month, I cleared the prelims paper. I had very less time to prepare for mains, but I knew I'll clear the exam. But on March 23rd, I remember the date. So finally, I had to, put my roll number, and it showed not found. That I called my father. I told him, "Agle baar pakka ho jayega." And somewhere I did feel that I was struck. What if I have to go through this process again? After few hours, there were 15, 20 missed calls of my brother, my mother, my father. Everybody had called me, but there was a notification on Telegram. My brother had written. So from the place from where I belong to, Bihar, we all have a definition of settled life. And that settled means having a very well-paid job or to get married early and have kids. But for me, from very early on in my life, I knew this was not what settlement meant for me. So even after having a very good paid job in Bangalore at Oracle, I had to take the harshest decision in my life to quit my job for my dreams. Hi everyone, this is Priya Rani, and I have got a rank 284 in UPSC CSE 2021. And this is my story. So, like I mentioned, I come from Bihar. I was born in a village near Patna. But as we all know, that village does not have a very good education facility. My grandfather and my father, they all decided that I should move to city to pursue my education. Because for them, education was very important, be it a boy or a girl. So I was the elder daughter in the house, and still they chose to move out of the village and move to the city for a girl's education. For me, that was huge, and even at that age, I knew that was a important decision that my parents had made. So I always knew I had to focus on my education. I had to study so that I can achieve what I want to in life. So after getting into the school, I did participate in all the activities that went around, whether be it sports, dance, and all. But I always knew that I also had to study so that I score well and I have a good career in the future. Because in our state, career of a woman is not that important. There are other things that are more important for a woman. So coming from that state, having a dream and having a family that believed in your dream was blessing in my case, but it's not in all the cases. After pursuing my 12th standard from St. Michael's, I went for my engineering in BIT Meshra, where there were people who were dreaming, who were preparing for MBA, they were preparing for MSc or other master's degree. They were writing SAT, CAT and all those exams. And in that, all the crowd, I also thought, should I write this exam? Should I write GATE? Should I do this? But somewhere, I don't know, I was very, very clear. This one thing is that I'm very clear in my life is that I wanted to be a civil servant. So in my college, I did not write any other exam. I knew after college, I'll prepare for civil services. But I also knew that I come from a place, where didn't wanted my father or my mother to be burdened. Even after that age of my education, I didn't wanted them to finance my education. So I took up a job, and that was a very good job. And as everybody has a plan, I too had a plan. I had thought that I'll work for 2 years, have a financial backup, and then go all full prepared like a warrior and crack the exam. But your inner calling is what drives you in your life. So even when you get that salary credited in your account at the end of the month, and as a young child, you knew that when you'll get that money, you'll buy this, you'll do this, you'll do this. But jab paise aate hain, you don't feel that satisfaction, you don't feel that your mind is settled with it. And at that point of time, you start thinking, is this what I am meant to be? Or all this life, what I've been studying, preparing, is this all sitting in this cubicle, writing my codes, submitting it to my manager at the end of the day? Was it all that I wanted to do? And I knew this was not all. I wanted to quit my job, but all the friends, relatives, and I wouldn't say in a negative sense, but in a good sense, they wanted to convince me that you have a settled life, you have a good salary, so you should not quit at that point of time. You should have some experience so that you can come back. But amidst all this, I knew that I wanted to leave. I just wanted to study, uh, give my UPSC exam, and clear it in my first attempt. So I also had that confidence that I'll clear it in my first attempt, and that's why I was ready to take that, the harsh decision ki I don't want the settled life. So after you take a decision, you have to also convince the people around you that your decision is right. And that's the most difficult part. And that was in my case also. So I told my mother that I wanted to leave my job. And she was very, she was tense that I'm leaving a well paid job and, moving to a city where there's only uncertainty in front of me, an exam which is in many senses is uncertain. There are many people who are preparing, there are many who are giving their, you know, years of preparation and they're not able to clear. So she was a bit, she didn't wanted me to do that. Then I spoke to my father, and my father was like, I told you in the very first place, you should not join a job and you should prepare for civil services because I know you want to become that. So after all, you need to convince the people. After convincing everybody that, I believe in my decision, I want to do this, I finally did quit my job. I wrote my resignation, and let me point it out, I was still nervous. Though I believed in my decision, I was still nervous. Even after writing my resignation, in the 1 month of notice period, every day I used to think, sahi kar rahe ya nahi, sahi kar rahe ya nahi. So the decision was made to leave my job, and I packed all my bags with all the enthusiasm that I had and the belief that I had that I'll clear it in my first attempt. I landed in Delhi, and the first task at hand was to find a room for me where I could study. I went to old Rajendra Nagar, Mukherjee Nagar, and I found that very expensive and also a bit crowded by the aspirants. And it made me feel nervous whether I'll be able to clear in the crowd of people that are preparing over here. So I decided to take a house somewhere far from that area, and I shifted to Rajouri Garden. And the major motive behind shifting to Delhi was to, stay away from my relatives and all that thing. I wanted a secluded place where I could just study, wake up every morning, study, sleep, and that repeat cycle could go on. So when I started with it, as all the aspirants, we don't know where to begin from. We don't know what to study. We don't know which books to go through. So you have to go through all that videos that is available of different coaching, different toppers and all. So I also had one senior that I knew from IIT Kanpur, Abhijit Sinha. So he kind of told me some guidance I got from there, that what from where I should begin, how I should prepare different topics and all. And he also helped me choose my optional, that is economics. But after that, you don't get the full guidance because it's your journey. You discover daily. You make a routine, you break the routine, and then you rediscover a new routine every day. So I started my preparation. I had that routine every morning that would stick to my wallpaper, and wake up at 4 a.m., sleep at 10 p.m. And that was a repeat cycle. I think even till today, I wake up at 4 a.m. That's a cycle that has got into me. And thanks to UPSC, I would say. And then I started preparing. I prepared for my prelims. When I gave my first prelims, I would like to say that I was scoring a very good marks in my GS paper. But when I checked my CSAT paper uh, from different coaching institute, I was getting a low marks. I was getting around 70s, and I thought, what if two questions go wrong and I don't clear the exam? And that's what I wanted to point out. Never stop after prelims. Please, 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 you have to study after prelims. Even if you're near the cutoff, please prepare. So I did not prepare. That was my biggest mistake. 1 month I kept blaming everybody around me, the universe, the God, everyone I blamed. I did not think that I should study. What if I clear? And actually, when after a month I cleared the prelims paper, I had very less time to prepare for mains that year. But still, when I cleared, I was so happy that even in that 2 months, I put in all my effort and prepared for my exam, gave everything that I could have. But and even in 2 months, I was sure that okay, I'll clear. I will clear. I didn't know what rank, what and all, but I knew I'll clear the exam. But on March 23rd, I remember the date. Uh, I was waiting for my result, nervous, enthusiastic, all that feeling. And I opened the PDF. Uh, I first went through like that roll number wise, but I didn't find my name. So finally, I had to, put my roll number, and it showed not found. And I don't know, that was a moment reality did hit me very hard. I realized this is not an exam, you go in and even if you give everything, you won't clear it if you do not hit the demand of the exam, what this exam demands from you. So, this was one time I did act very maturely. I did not cry. First time in my life after some so serious thing happened. I did not cry. The very next day, I called my father. He thought I'll be very, upset and all that. I called my father. I told him, "Agle baar pakka ho jayega." And he was relieved. He was not sad that I didn't clear. He was relieved that at least, I've picked myself up, and I have started dreaming again that I'll clear it in my next attempt. And from very next day, I started preparing with all that full enthusiasm. Yes, I did have that doubt now. The doubt that never, before that never surfaced, because I had that belief I'll clear it in my first attempt. I don't know from where, but that confidence was there. But now there was a doubt. When I looked around me, people were going for MS, US, Canada, all that big universities. People were going to IIMs, doing their MBA. And somewhere I did feel that I was stuck. I was stuck in a cycle. I don't know when I'll come out of it. And, and I'm behind my peers 2-3 years. And they're doing so good in their life, and I'm nowhere. But somewhere you are your motivator. You have to stand up every morning and believe in your dreams. And one thing that motivated me in my complete journey was the feeling that I'm here for a good. I do not, till now, I do not know what are the perks of an officer, what perks I'll be getting, what are the salaries. I do not know anything about the service, but I know I'll get to serve. And that was my biggest motivation. Since beginning, I wanted to serve. So after the failure of first attempt, I started, thinking what went wrong, where did I lack? And after analyzing, I realized I did not write an answer. I did not write one answer before my first mains. I just went there with all that confidence because I come from a good schooling background that I'll go there, I'll write the best answer possible. But that's not the case. You have to write, you have to prepare before the exam. You cannot perform in the exam before preparation. So at that point of time, I did come through Sajal sir's video of Civils Daily, where he was talking about this answer writing program, a mentorship program of Civils Daily, and that did help me a lot in identifying what I was writing and what needs to be written. So from that program, I understood the importance of answer writing. I did write a couple of tests, but did not write all the tests again. But yeah, that did help me improve my answer writing in the next attempt. The other improvement that I did in my next attempt was I improved my optional. I had a very low score in my optional, so I did focus upon my optional. I took out DU material, all the material that I could get, and I thought कि this time पूरी तैयारी के साथ जाना है, कोई mistakes नहीं चाहिए. And so I prepared my optional well, answer writing well, and I went for my first prelims. And prelims, let me tell you, even if you're full prepared, you need to be nervous because it has become so uncertain, the paper and all, that you're never sure that you'll clear your prelims. But after prelims, when I checked my score, I was getting a decent score to clear the prelims. So I started to prepare for mains. I prepared for my mains, and क्योंकि last time I had failed in my mains, I was nervous this time. Ki, what if I fail again? What if I have to go through this process again? And when I checked my mains result, I cleared my mains. And now the real part starts, the interview part. I was very nervous before entering that hall. And even at that point of time, my mother told me while she was draping me that sari for the interview, she told me not all girls of your family can reach up to here, and they've not reached till here also. So even if you don't clear, even if it does not go well, you should be proud of you that तुम यहाँ तक आई हो. और ये फीलिंग यू शुड नॉट लेट इट गो जस्ट कि एक इंटरव्यू है एंड you'll not perform good or you'll not perform better. So when I entered that Dholpur house, I just remembered that, that note ki, okay, it's okay even if I fail it. It's okay even if it does not go well. I have prepared well, and I'll give my best shot. When I entered that chamber that has that all the people gathered around you, 5-6 people, and they are very, people of very high ranks, very respectable people. A few questions that I could remember. One, they asked me what are the issues that Bihar does face as a state. And I remember I did mention an issue of female inequality. And as the member, it was mostly a female-led board. There were 3 female members. They were more, intrigued by that answer, and they wanted to know further what I meant by that female inequality. And when asked further, I told them that it's about lack of equal opportunity. I do not believe girls in my state do not have that caliber to come out and, be there in public life, in corporate job, or anything they want to be. It's just they do not get that opportunity. And that lack of opportunity, what I'm referring to as female inequality. So they asked me further, so how did you are able to reach over here? And then I told them that it's because of my family, because you need to have a support system that pushes you, that removes that inequality barrier that society has created. They removed it for me, and I just kept moving forward, and today I'm here in front of you. I was so nervous that I decided I'll not check the result this time. I gave my roll number to my friend, to my brother, and I directed them ki check the result and please tell me. And on the day of the result, even though I had told them that you check, I was also enthusiastic ki whether the result is coming or not. And I saw a notification that result will be out after 12 p.m. And I thought, okay, now I'll put my phone aside and I'll just sleep. I'll not, check the phone now, because I didn't have that, that gut to check my result myself. So I kept my phone away. I didn't check. And after a few hours, there were, 15, 20 missed calls of my brother, my mother, my father. Everybody had called me. And my phone was there on the table in silent mode. And then I picked up my phone and I did not call them back. But there was a notification on Telegram. My brother had written 284. And I knew ki this is my rank. And then I decided, okay, now I can call them back. And then I called them back. And that feeling, that was like calm. You think you will be like on the top of the world and all that feeling. But that feeling is not top of the world. It's like calmness that, okay, you have got through all that chaos, all that struggle that was going through. It's over for now. So that feeling, that helped me. And it's not about your happiness. You started as your dream, but in the process, the people that come through, your parents, your brother, they all are into your dream. They all keep expecting. They all are so, into it. It becomes their dream. And I think even today, I feel they are more happy with my result than I am with myself. They are more excited. They are more, happy that I have been able to do this. So remember when I was telling you that I came from Bangalore, left my job, and none of my relatives knew about it, and so I stayed in Delhi. All this was a secret and got revealed on the day when my result was announced. And it were those people who once did not believe in me. They thought this is a very difficult exam to crack, and it's a huge risk to take for a girl. And all that demotivation turned into congratulations on the day that result was announced. Everybody around me treated as if I have done something, who once did not even believe that I was doing something right. So that's why I say you must always dream, believe in what you want to do, what you want to achieve. And those people who are today pulling you down, they'll come back to you. They'll come back to you eventually when you succeed in your life.
It is said that when you educate a woman, you educate an entire generation. नारी सशक्तिकरण पर ये पंक्तियाँ हमारे दिल को जोश और हिम्मत से भर देती हैं। ऐसी ही हिम्मत भरी कहानी अभी हमने सुनी जोश टॉक्स पर, और हमें उससे काफ़ी प्रेरणा भी मिली। ऐसी ही कहानी है लक्ष्मी जी की, जिन्होंने CS करके बड़े शहर में वो आए जॉब का सपना लेके, पर उन्हें यहाँ जॉब नहीं मिल पाई। पर उन्होंने हिम्मत नहीं हारी, जोश के साथ उन्होंने कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स पर काम किया और आज एक बड़ी कंपनी में वो काम कर रही हैं। लक्ष्मी जी की ही तरह कई स्टूडेंट्स जैसे कि वैशाली जी, नीला, प्रणाली, आरती और उषा जी ने मिलके जोश स्किल्स के साथ विभिन्न स्किल्स जैसे कि स्पोकन इंग्लिश, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट, फाइनेंस, बिजनेस बिल्डिंग सीख कर आज अपनी अलग पहचान बनाई है। आज ही अपने जैसे लाखों स्टूडेंट के साथ भारत के नंबर 1 स्पोकन इंग्लिश लर्निंग ऐप जोश स्किल्स ऐप के साथ अपनी इंग्लिश लर्निंग जर्नी शुरू करें।
Josh Talks is now a Spotify exclusive podcast. The audio version of our talks will be available only on Spotify. If you like this video and you like to listen to more inspiring stories like this, please follow the Josh Talks podcast only on Spotify.
Tell us what you think about this video and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.